All right, doing the trading recap for today. It is September 3rd, and let's go over today's trade. This is Tuesday after Labor Day. So, going off for today's trades, first we're going to look at the overall market. So, like I was saying a couple of my streams ago, I was saying like the market is pulling back and it's seemingly weaker than what it was during this period here. During this sideways consolidation, it was you could see the leading stocks and some of the stronger stocks getting weaker as they were pulling back. And then today, the market pulled back 2.25%, which is actually pretty massive. I don't even know when the last time the market pulled back over 2%. Um, I mean, gap downs, I understand gap downs, but I'm talking about intraday. Maybe here opened. Oh, still 1.91. But yeah, this is okay. Anyways, who cares? I thought it was 2.2%, but it seems like 1.7. Anyways, um, pretty big red day, massive red day. Went all the way down to where the 20 and 50 meet at, which is fairly strong. Not strong. I'm sorry, not strong, but follows technicals, follows things where you expect it to go after it falls this period, and after it falls from this consolidation, that's where I would expect it to go. But nonetheless, let's talk about today's trades. Only did one today, which was Lumen, Lumin. If it can load, it's not loading. Okay, here we go. So LUMN, along with other stocks that I've been watching these past week or two, have been showing a lot of weakness. If you look at VRAX, this one I just couldn't tell which direction to go in. Looks like it is coming back down. ASTS, kind of very similar to Lumen in the setup, with that really tight days, but ASTS has stayed stronger, which is a good sign for ASTS. Tesla, Kava. Kava, I'm still waiting for a breakout here. Breakout out of this or break down. If can break down, it can break down to around the 102 area, about 8% decline, and then if it breaks out of this area, that'd be buyer too. But this is my scans on the day. CRDO, Lumen, CING, and APDN. APDN, all my watch lists just didn't even take into account of it. Just completely wasn't aware of it. This was like a perfect, follow through day here, right here at this declining 100 moving average, and just fell all the way down, which is very nice trade. But wasn't on my radar. Wasn't really paying attention to it, so it doesn't matter. Who cares? LUMN. This is the one I did trade today. I really liked the way it's set up. It could have gone either way, but it looked weaker than it did look stronger. Into the fact because it's under the 20-day moving average. If it had sat up here and kind of rode the 20-day moving average, that would have been much nicer, much cleaner for on the bullish side. But since it was under the 20-day moving average and the 10-day moving average, but mostly on the 20-day, and it kind of surfed it like reverse surfed it. I don't know, I don't know what you say to that, but I guess bouncing off of it or using like a ceiling. Anywho, um, when looking at today's market, the overall market, I can see the SPY gap down, around 0.5%, and then out in the morning it just went just straight red. Just first 5 minute candles were just red. So I was very confident in shorting Lumen. So eventually did. Here are the trades on the day. I am still in the position. I started in with 2,000 shares. Didn't add any more. Um, and I'm still holding 300 shares. It's shorting overnight is kind of scary for me, but I was willing to risk it with the market being this weak. And Lumen, there's not really much hype around it anymore. Let's see. So I'm gonna show you on 3 different time frames, on the 15 minute, the 5, and the 2 minute, and I'm gonna show you exactly why for each. So here's the 15. Now, the 15 was kind of cool because if you can see on the daily chart, it kept rejecting a certain area. So you can see how tight it was. It seemed like there was a ton of supply or just tons of selling in a certain area. And if you look back here, this line was drawn, I think, on this day, but it was using these numbers or these levels. So this wasn't drawn this day or this day. It was drawn early this morning using these levels. So I notice on this day here, you can see it rejecting this area, this 535 area. If I'm correct, yes, correct. Uh, one time here, two, three, uh, three, four, five, around five times in this area. Just kept rejecting it. Then the next day, shot up in the morning and rejected it. Same thing. Next day again, tried it again twice and failed. So today, I was looking at this 15-minute chart and I thought, okay, if we can get up to the 535 area, it's going to be a fantastic short. Um, I shorted it before I got there, but it all worked out pretty well. So let's move on to the 5-minute time frame. So this is where I usually like to trade on the 5-minute time frame. So I drew this line here today using these levels, just like a lower level compared to the 535 area. And with the market going straight down in the morning, I really felt like this wasn't gonna pop up to these levels, especially to this red to green area here. I didn't really think it was gonna pop up to these levels. I thought it was just gonna fade right out of the gate. So in the morning, when it came up to this red to green area, I was thinking it on the 2 minute. If I show the 2 minute, it looked like it looked like it rejected it. And it did reject it, so I was shorting on the way down from its rejection of this red to green area, which is why you see me get in early in here. And then it went all the way up to, what do you know, 535 on the money, right to the penny, 535. Um, and I had my stop obviously past 535 because I knew that area was such a strong supply area, and if I put it on that area, it probably would have got stopped out. So I was within my risk. I was thinking it was more up here in the 537, 540 area. Um, could have sized in pretty largely, but I was in so early and I just didn't want to risk anymore. But also, uh, yeah, so could have shorted it again. I could have doubled my size here, but things happen for a reason. So yes, so here it not only did it reject red to green, and then also rejected my initial line here. But this you can see it better on the 2 minute here. On the 2 minute, you can zoom in here. So you can see this little wick candle here went up to red to green, passed it, and then started failing. I was shorting it on the way down, and then I got in, and then it came back up over red to green. And if it held red to green, I would have just sold it, but it just skipped right through. If it would have held red to green and held above VWAP, I would have immediately sold it because it was obviously not gonna. Obviously, it wasn't abiding to the rules of shorting. But anyways, caught a big one today, I guess. 10% on the day, so fantastic trade. I played this one pretty well. I don't know if I could have played it any better, other than the fact I doubled my size up here. But if I would have doubled my size here and it kept going higher, then I would have got stopped for a bigger loss. So that's it is what it is. So I was covering on the way down. Each one of these you see here is a tenth of my initial position. So let's say if I did 2,000 shares, each of these were 200 shares. Boom, 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 boom. Except for this one. This one was 500. Just to make this to 300 left over. Um, I thought I was gonna do it for 500 left over. I just miscalculated. I didn't remember covering here, I guess. So I thought I was going to leave 500 shares overnight, but it ended up being 300. But as you can see, I was trying to cover on the washes, covering the way down here, covering the washes, and then covering the lows here. And I just held on to another 300 shares, but I think this was a great trade. Don't know how I could have played it any better. I think it was fantastic. Just stuck to my rules, stuck to my plan, and executed pretty well. So I think this was a great trading day for me today. All I paid attention to, I didn't want to pay attention to anything else. ASTS pretty choppy. Let's look at ASTS. I've been watching that one for a while. ASTS pretty choppy. Serve, which is the one I was trading last week, had a huge red day today too, along with APDN. I think people just completely forgot about it, so and it just started selling off. But if I can, what's this glitching right now? There we go. But yeah, underneath the 50-day moving average, and it just fell. There's no other level supporting it after this. Seems like so. I was shorting this one on these days here, on this day here. this day here, and then this day here, I think. But yeah. So nothing on the bullish side for me. Just mainly short side right now. Let's see, 40 items. Just gonna go to the 1 month. So a lot of these are in really choppy range. There's not really any bases. GDC, pretty strong breakout today actually. Pretty strong. Um, pretty. Look at the hourly. I mean the 5 minute. Oh, let's see. Those are pretty choppy. Oops, it's frozen. Let's look at this on the hourly. Oops. Hello. There we go. Okay, on the hourly, let's go. So yeah, fairly very strong. Looks nice. Oh my god, not again. All right, cool. So let's go to this up more. Nothing really in. I guess ASTS. ASTS looks pretty strong. Hopefully, it can just keep surfing this 20-day moving average. Meet up with a 10, and hopefully the market can recover from this little pullback we're having. Atro, kind of similar. Not really. Bad setup. No. I mean, this was not bad, but it doesn't seem like a great trader. Nope. So a lot of these are just going straight down. You see these big red candles today. UPST. Oh, another great trade. This wasn't even on my radar. Can't even get pissed off at those. You weren't even ready for them. Yeah, so not much on the long side at all, actually. Um, we'll see if the market bounces. Oh, I know Nvidia had a great down day today. Just absolutely fantastic. Look at this thing. It probably intraday, I'm sure, probably bounced in this area. Let's see. Let's see. Around what was the around 110? Yeah, see here it is. But just couldn't even hold it. Just couldn't even hold it. Just absolutely nice. Now we don't know how far this down, how down, oh Jesus, how far down this could go. Don't have any idea. I mean, I usually like to look at stocks from line to line, kind of like Dan Shapiro. That's one thing that I kind of learned from him, like supply demand from these line to line areas. This could fall even more. This could go all the way down to 88. Who knows? Or it could bounce tomorrow. We'll see. Tomorrow's plan. The S&P 500, it just bounced off these two key areas, or one key area, but that is, I guess, a good sign. Hoping for a bounce back up into the all-time highs again, and then we'll get another bullish market. But for the meantime, pretty risk off, more short-term, short trading. So we'll see how the market reacts tomorrow. See if it gaps down, or if it gaps up, or what news comes out. I don't know. We'll see.